And we welcome you to the Beckley-Raleigh County Convention Center. I'm Maris Lowry along with Mike Green as we're getting ready for the second of the 3 games playing here tonight in this 4th annual New River Community and Technical College Invitational. And Mike, we think we have a good one. It's a rematch from about 10 days ago. Shady 5-1 taking on Cabell Midland 4-2. And as I mentioned earlier, one of the 2 losses that Cabell Midland has was put there by Shady.
Yeah, no, we talked briefly about the matchup like 10 days ago in the Little General battle for the Armory, and you know, both these teams knew that they were going to come back a week and play here. Both teams agreed to it prior to the tournament, and just excited about it. Two teams, both have aspirations to make it to Charleston and compete in March. And I think we're going to see tonight that both of these teams are viable candidates for that end season goal.
And Mike, you spoke in the last game that you and I did, the girls' game, as we were previewing this game, of how well each one of these teams knows the other, because basically their top players, the 2 Chapmans for Shady and the 2 Schmidt brothers for Cabell Midland, have played against each other probably since they were about, maybe 9, 10 years old, right? Yeah,
and therefore I think maybe their freshman year they played together. Dominique Schmidt played on a team with Cole and Braden Chapman. I think it was to the West Virginia Wildcats that Brian Chapman was coaching. So they're very, very familiar with each other on a personal level, very familiar with each other's games. And, again, all 4 of those kids just play so hard. And from a coach and also from a father standpoint, nothing more you can ask for out of kids. And I promise you, these 4 kids are going to go after it tonight, along with everyone else on those teams. But they are the engine that makes their team go, and I'm just excited to look forward to see what's going to happen here this evening.
Mike, speaking of the supporting cast, and a young man who I'm really high on is Amar Maxwell for Shady. I thought having an opportunity to do both Shady games about 10 days ago in the Little General event, I thought he played extremely well, and it seemed like he did everything. He was able to shoot the ball well, able to get out in transition, and I think he's a big plus for the Shady team.
Yeah, Amar's one of my favorites. You know, I have the fortunate opportunity to actually coach Amar since he was in the 5th grade in a travel basketball season, and I've said since then that the sky's the limit. I mean, Amar is long. He's got long arms. He's very athletic, and he's a young sophomore. I mean, he actually probably could be a freshman. I think he just turned 15, which is very young. Great kid, great parents. And all the success that's coming to Amar here this season is deserved because he works hard at it, and just a great all-around kid for sure.
You know, they list him as 6'2", but watching him here in front of us warm up, he looks a little taller than that. But, Mike, on the flip side, and we talked about the Schmidt brothers, and I did the games against Shady and Beckley, like I said, in that Little General event. But it seemed like they really couldn't find a third scorer. And for Cabell Midland, really to have a chance to stay in here with Shady, they've got to find that third person that can be that role player, and I'm just not sure really who that's going to be.
Well, yeah, I mean, and the rematch here for Shady, I agree. You know, Chandler and Dominique both, I think they scored about 85% of that point total, but you know, when they come back the next night against Woodrow, Jackson Fetty, I believe, had a couple threes and maybe even made it to double figures. Cooper Gibson's another one, contributed that next day. But no, I agree. I mean, it's going to take a total team effort for the Cabell Midland Knights in order to compete, because you know, Shady's the defending state champion. I think they lost. You know, Todd Duncan was the senior they lost, but you know, arguably could be better this year than last. And again, they don't have a senior on the team this year, so Shady and Coach Olson have to like where they're at right now, and definitely like where they're going. But you know, if I know Coach Olson, I mean, he's focused in on this game and this game alone, and you know, it's going to be on the defensive front for them. That's going to be their priority.
Both teams continue to go through their warm-up. We're going to take a pregame break, come back and get you ready for the game at the bottom of the hour as you are watching live streaming coverage of the 4th annual New River Community Technical College Invitational here on Video Productions.
Deserve the highest quality medical care. At the Beckley VA Medical Center, that hasn't been happening. They recently notified 372 veterans that they'd been practiced upon with acupuncture by a person or persons not authorized to practice acupuncture. If you've been notified by the Beckley VA that you may be one of these veterans, contact us at New Taylor & Associates and let us put our experience to work for you.
Mid-State Ford, where every deal is a Big John deal. Northside Drive, Route 19 in Summersville. Come see why people from all over the great state of West Virginia are making the drive to Summersville. Incredible deals on brand new Fords. The state's guaranteed lowest price on brand new F-150s, Super Duties, and more. Plus incredible service after the sale at Mid-State Ford, Northside Drive, right off of Route 19 in Summersville. Online anytime at midstatefordwv.com.
Arch Beckley, a subsidiary of Arch Resources, is now accepting applications at their mine located in Eccles, West Virginia. Arch Beckley is hiring for equipment operators and preparation plant positions. Arch Beckley offers a comprehensive, highly competitive benefits package, excellent pay, and a bonus program. Submit your application in person at Arch Beckley in Eccles, West Virginia, or check the Arch job site, beckley.aimtrack.com. That's beckley.aimtrack.com. Arch Resources, an equal opportunity employer.
Video Productions would like to thank our live streaming sponsor, David and Cindy Chin of Zapparatus Real Estate. David and Cindy work 24/7 to meet your scheduling needs. So whether you're buying or whether you're selling, you call David and Cindy Chin, and they can help guide you through the process. And Mike, speaking about guiding through the process, what will be the process, you think, as we get this game started? Like for Cabell Midland, I think it's important that they stay in the game early.
Yeah, that's going to be, I mean, obviously, you know, they're going to have the ball handlers to handle this pressure, I think, early on. But, you know, Shady Springs just going to stay after it. And, you know, it's going to come down to the fourth quarter, I think, of how well, you know, they handle this constant, persistent pressure that Coach Olson and these Tigers put on opponents.
And you know, Mike, and I want to mention this too, because, you know, your son would have been a part of this team, and I know he suffered an injury, and I know they had another player that also suffered an injury. So just think, you know, and you mentioned this in our last segment, that this Shady team could perhaps be even better than last year's, and they're minusing 2 players, your son being one of it, Brady, who suffered an injury in football season back in August and has to miss the entire season. And maybe you can help me with the other young man who also had an injury for Shady. Yeah,
Jack Williams is a freshman, the younger brother of Tommy Williams, who was you know, a 1,000-point scorer here now at Glenville State. But Jack was actually starting for this team and went down to Logan in that loss and went down early on a jump stop, tore his ACL. He's scheduled for surgery in February for ACL reconstruction. Brady had his October 1st. Brady's goal is to, you know, he's in rehab now, trying to get back, wants to have the opportunity to play in March if Shady's fortunate enough to make it back to Charleston. So, yeah, I mean, there's so much depth, and all these kids, as I've said, I've coached most of these in travel ball from the time they were 3rd and 4th grade, other than probably the twins who've been on the travel teams with their father. But when I look over there in that team, I mean, very near and dear to me, great kids. I look at Jacob Meadows, Kai Olson, and those kids, Gavin Davis, just great, hardworking kids. And not only Amar, but that whole team, they deserve the success that they get.
So we are getting ready for the starting lineup. And before we do that, I want to let you know that Loot Press, providing today's news on tomorrow's platform. You can dial them up at lootpress.com. Well, Shady will be the visiting team on the scoreboard, and they'll be wearing these new flashy duds, Mike. Something I seen them one other time, and, you know, I'm not so much the fashion police, but I know gray's not a part of the school color, but yet they have gray. And actually, I think it looks pretty good. Gold blend in with the gray that they're wearing tonight. Yeah, no, those are sharp-looking uniforms, and I think they, you know, are some non-traditional uniforms for sure, but yeah, very, very good-looking uniforms. And of course, Cabell Midland will be wearing the traditional home white uniform. So as Shady's being introduced, and of course it'll be Braden Chapman and Cole Chapman. And let's see, Jaden Holstein, I beg your pardon, Jaden Holstein. And I know Amara Maxwell will start. And then now also going to start is going to be Cameron Mans. And I wasn't sure if Cameron was going to start because the last game I did for Shady, Cameron Mans, for the second night, came off the bench and against St. Joe's and played really well coming off the bench for Shady.
Yeah, no, and I think Sam Jordan had to start that game. Another Sam's a junior, hard-working kid. And so, yeah, it looks like Sam's going to be coming off the bench tonight. And, yeah, like I said, I don't think as far as I'm concerned, Shady's got 6-7 kids who are starters. And when you talk about missing Brady and Jack, who both had a potential to be a starter, very, very deep team. And, again, the benefit of having 7, 8, 9 kids who can play, that makes practice competitive. That holds everyone accountable. Even Braden and Cole, who are returning first-team All-Staters, there's no drop-off in practice. And I'd venture to say a lot of times practice is as much as competitive as most of the games that they play.
So for Cabell Midland, it'll be Gibson, and of course both Schmidt brothers, Dominique and Chandler, Fetty, and let's see, Taylor's not Taylor. Yep, Taylor's out there, and we're ready to go. So it'll be Holstein in the center circle, and he'll jump against Fetty to start the game, and the tip is controlled by Shady. They'll be going to the basket to our left. So Cabell Midland looks like they're going to come out, and they're going to play a little bit of a zone here, Mike.
Yeah, it looks like a little matchup zone here early on, and just guarding space and seeing what Shady's offense does here. Looks like a little motion offense, running some baseline action.
And here's Maxwell. Thought about the three, penetrates on the baseline. Over to Mans, he'll launch a three. That ball is short, and coming out the rebound is Chandler Schmidt. Over to his brother Dominic Schmidt. So Shady wants, they do what they always do. They pick you up when you get off the bus. I mean, they play really good defense, and they'll play man-to-man.
And they're good at it. They play hard, got the intensity. They'll hedge these high ball screens, trying to push the ball to the sidelines. Just great fundamental defense. Kudos to Coach Olson.
Here's a deep three, a bank shot from way downtown for Chandler Schmidt. And he rains a three to give Cabell Midland the early lead. I'm not sure he called bank, Mike, but it counts nevertheless.
Yeah, Cabell Midland's picking up the intensity on their defensive end themselves.
Yep, Shady turns it over. Here's Fetty with it. Fetty attacks the rim, puts up a little scoop shot. It doesn't fall, and the rebound is run down by Braden Chapman. Chapman attacks the rim, puts up the short shot, and scores.
Braden, the left-hander, but so ambidextrous. He can finish left or right-handed around the rim. Great finisher of the basketball.
And, so under control to be going as fast as he was. When he got to the rim, a little soft touch. Here's a little short shot on the baseline for Cabell Midland. That shot put up by Taylor, no good, and here comes Shady doing what they do, racing down the floor. Nice bounce pass. Holstein finishes left of the lane.
Great look by Cole Chapman.
The big guys know that if you run the floor and you get open, you're going to get the ball.
Yeah, they're the ultimate team. They don't care about who scores as long as they get the W. That's what motivates the Tigers.
Schmidt into the lane, he misses, and Mike, I'm sure it's very difficult. As here's a three from the right corner, which is left corner rather, from Cole Chapman, out of bounds over Cabell Midland as we watch the instant replay of this nice pass.
Yeah, attacking the rim, bounce past Jaden, filling the lane, 2 points, left-hand finish for the Parmar instant replay.
And Mike, and I was getting ready to say, I know that as here is Dominic Schmidt with a little fall away, which is good, and Cabell Midland back in front. But what I was going to mention, and I'm sure it goes with a lot of teams, you just have a hard time simulating the pressure that Shady puts on as Braden Chapman dials up a three. It's hard to simulate this kind of pressure in practice.
Yeah, no, I can tell you from our standpoint, we're putting 6-7 guys trying to simulate this, and like I said, Shady plays hard. They got great ball rotations on defensive on the help side. Just an all-around, very well-oiled machine on the defensive side of the ball.
Chandler Schmidt draws the foul on the drive, so Cabell Midland will inbound under their own basket. And Fetty has it now, but like I said, for Cabell Midland, I think, Mike, like we already talked about, to have really any real chance to win the game, three rained in there by Chandler Schmidt. Cabell Midland's got to find scoring someone other than the Schmidt brothers.
Yeah, Chandler, big three. Like I said, that one there was more traditional, nothing but net three for the second one of the game.
So here's Shady starting their offense out high, and here's Chapman. He lost control of the ball. That was Cole Chapman, turned it over, and back the other way comes Cabell Midland. So thus far through the first half of this first quarter, it's been a very exciting, very competitive game.
Yeah, exactly what we thought we would see here.
Round the horn, Cabell Midland goes. And it's Dominic Schmidt. A step back, good closeout, good defense that time by Braden Chapman, and a timeout by Cabell Midland. But, you know, I've watched the Dominic Schmidt last week, or 10 days ago, whenever it was, of that way he backs up and likes to shoot the three. But that time, I guess from playing and knowing him so well, Braden Chapman was able to close out on him and make sure that he did not get, you know, that three-point shot off.
And I'm sure Coach Olson went over a scouting report, but, you know, you could see right there Braden Chapman knows Dominic's game almost probably as well as Dominic does, and he's got such a smooth step-back three, and Braden stayed on the ground, great defense, and was in a great position to defend the shot, which ultimately cost Cabell Midland to use a timeout.
Yeah, because if you're not familiar with that, you might have bought on the little head fake and committed a foul there. But out of the timeout, Cabell Midland will obviously keep the possession. And it's been a very competitive game. And we're halfway through this first quarter.
Be interesting to see how the officials call this game, because both teams are going to be up in defensive stance, trying to body the contact. So be interesting to see. Obviously, they're letting them play here early.
Yeah, and I like when they let them play. I mean, I understand as the ball goes out of bounds to Shady. I mean, if you get hammered on a shot going to try to score, they have to call that. But I like the fact that they do let it get a little bit more contact like that time, you know, like in the lane.
Yeah, and as a coach, as long as they're consistent, I mean, you know, that's the coach and the players' responsibility to adjust to how the officials are calling. But both these teams are going to be playing hard and aggressive.
Here's a three ball from the left corner, no good. That's put up by Braden Chapman. And on the putback, nice play that time by Sam Jordan, who just checked into the lineup.
Yeah, good tip. Tipped the rebound back to himself for a nice little layup finish for Sam Jordan.
So Shady regains the lead. And here is Chandler Schmidt. And they get the ball into the corner. Round the horn they go, and we got a travel and a turnover. And that's one thing against the team, Shady, you can't waste possessions like that. That was kind of really more like an unforced error right there for Cabell.
Yeah, you have to value the basketball. Every possession's important. And again, here we are a little over 4 minutes into the game, and just the nonstop pressure that Shady brings to the table just challenges your mental toughness as a team.
Yeah, sometimes it's not so much your physical, but like you said, Mike, mentally to being able to deal with this. Here's a drive, and the ball is knocked free, and he's out of bounds, and Shady will turn it over. Braden Chapman trying to get the ball over to Cole Chapman, and on the turnover, Cabell Midland will have it.
But that's the third turnover already for Shady, which is a little uncustomary for them. But, again, both teams playing very hard on the defensive side of the ball.
And making, Cabell Midland work to get the ball up the floor and a charge, and that's what Shady does. And make you work to get it up the floor, and then they get you into a charge as we watch the Art Cole instant replay here.
Yeah, watch Lamar Maxwell. Great help defense, great rotation, sits down, takes the charge, absorbs the contact. Great job of Lamar Maxwell.
Yeah, sometimes as an offensive player, you got to think to just pull up and shoot that little mid-range shot. And I know that mid-range game is, for a lot of players and teams, is hardly don't even see anymore.
Yeah, there's a few players right there. There's a mid-range jumper by Braden Chapman, but for the most part, that's a part of the game that most players don't work on anymore.
Here's Maxwell getting into the lane and see if he can finish, and he does. Nice soft touch. Like I said, I'm really impressed with Maxwell.
Yeah, he's long, cups it, plays so well. Again, just a sophomore, gonna be so good one day.
Yep, able to get his own shot, get into the lane, and get that little 10-footer, and could be a danger zone as Shady turns Cabell Midland over. And if you're Cabell Midland, Mike, and we talked about it, you cannot have too many empty possessions. Yeah,
no, that's two turnovers in the last 3 possessions. And we'll watch here talking about Amar again. I mean, he's able to finish left-handed. I think when you look back to that Cabell Midland game last week or 10 days ago, I remember a nice finish he had on the left side of the basket with a left-handed scoop.
Here's a steal by Kyle Frost, and he'll go coast to coast. So that time Frost heats up.
Yeah, no, they needed that. It was a big basket. I mean, like I said, a couple turnovers and possession. 11-10 here. Shady with a turnover.
Another good play by Kyle Frost. So he's made immediate impact being inserted into the game. Here's a 3 straight away. Got it from way downtown is Chandler Schmidt.
Nice shot off the transition.
That, to me, that time, Mike, I just thought was just better offense than defense. Here's a little scoop shot, too strong. That shot put up by Braden Chapman, and here comes Cabell Midland back the other way.
Yeah, nice box out.
Frost into the lane, off the glass, and scores. So Cabell Midland right now is on a 7-0 run. Here's Shady with it.
Yeah,
Turn it over.
Coach Olson's going to let him work it out here for a minute. We'll see what happens on this possession.
Here's Dominic Schmidt. Here's a 3-ball on the left side is short. That 3-ball was put up by Cooper Gibson. And back the other way with Braden Chapman. Chapman on the drive into the lane, and he turns it over. And that's one thing, Mike, I've noticed so far in this first quarter, uncharacteristic like Shady. They've had so many turnovers as we get ready to watch an instant replay from Parmar Stores.
Yeah, as we look here at transition, pull-up 3 from Chandler Schmidt. Again, knowing his game, he's got all aspects of it. He can get to the rim, and also, as you can see, I think that's his 3rd 3 already this evening.
And going for his 4th 3. He couldn't get that to go. He had a good look in the left corner, and here comes Shady on the run out. Here comes Cole Chapman with it. Spins, gets into the lane. Ball's knocked free. Back the other way we come with Cabell Midland. Dominic Schmidt now passes to Frost. He has his shot blocked by Holstein, and Holstein not only able to block it, able to control it as well.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed this game that we didn't see 10 days ago, the defensive intensity at Cabell Midland is much more intense than it was that I can recall 10 days ago.
They get the ball inside. Here's Holstein. Counter if it goes, and he's fouled, and that'll break a 7-0 Cabell Midland run. And a nice play by Jaden Holstein, the 6'6 junior, as we watch the instant replay. And you can see this, Mike. Beautiful bounce pass and a nice finish. So Holstein trying to polish off a 3-point play, and he does.
Jaden's another one who really made big strides last year. Again, I've watched Jaden play since he was in the 2nd, 3rd grade, and just long, athletic, and really come into his own last year as they're hedging this weave, trying to switch it up top. Watch Sam Jordan jump out.
And we got a whistle, and we got a foul, an offensive foul, an illegal screen. So Shady will have the opportunity to take the final shot of this first quarter with 3.6 left in it.
Yeah, no, it was the offensive screen. I'm not sure I like that call. I mean, Cabell was aggressive trying to jump that, so where Shady was hedging those screens.
Here's a 3 by Chapman, and it won't go as that shot was put up Cole Chapman at the end of 1. Cabell Midland has a 1-point lead, 15-14. The Cabell Midland Knights lead Shady. You're watching live streaming coverage of the 4th annual New River Community and Technical College Invitational here on Video Productions.
The most prepared moms experience the unexpected. When you do, we're here for you.
Loot Press is providing today's news on tomorrow's platform. You can find them at lootpress.com. Ready for the second quarter, Mike, and the first quarter, which was very entertaining.
Yeah, very defensive intensity was outstanding. 15-14 lead and a 3.
A splashdown by Kyle Frost as he's really played big dividends since being inserted into the lineup. Back the other way, left of the lane is Braden Chapman able to finish.
Yeah, Braden plays downhill, plays hard. Gotta get back better on transition defense for Cabell.
So it looks like Cabell Midland want to come and run a real high ball screen. So they try to get Chandler Schmidt open. Schmidt gets to the right elbow, 15-footer, knocks it down. For a minute, I thought he was too close.
Yeah, no, he's feeling it tonight. I'm not sure if I think he's missed one jump shot.
Yeah, he missed one corner three. Outside of that, he's been on it. Here's Mans dialing up a three from the right side.
Big shot by Cam Mans. Cuts the lead to 1.
And back and forth we go. Glad you're with us here. Video Productions here in this 4th annual New River Community and Technical College Invitational. With Mike Green, I'm Maris Lowry, and we got quite a game between Cabell Midland and Shady. Here's Frost with it. Throw the ball back out. And you know when you're in trouble, throwing the ball to Chandler Schmidt 23 is not a bad idea, is it?
No, it's good to have both Chandler and Dominique as far as your relief when you need it.
And here's Chandler Schmidt. And pretty good defense, actually great defense by Braden Chapman to force the turnover, a held ball, the possession arrow in Shady's favor.
Yeah, great intensity, great strength. Like I said, they're letting them play, which at this point in time maybe benefits Shady a little bit. But like I said, Cabell is playing very hard, very intense defense. So great basketball to this point.
On this possession, Shady with an opportunity to regain the lead. They work the ball around. Cabell Midland in a man-to-man. Here's Cole Chapman into the lane, and we've got a foul. And it's going to be an offensive foul. It'll go the other way.
Yeah, Kyle Frost stepped in, took the charge on Cole Chapman. Again, great rotation, great defense. Both these teams are so well coached, and it shows.
So Shady will extend the pressure. The ball will come into Dominic Schmidt. You know, Cabell Midland is yet to go to the foul line. In fact, we've only had one foul shot in this game, Mike. Shady's 1 for 1. And really, I think there's a much better flow when you don't have a lot of free throws.
Yeah, officials play a big part in how a game flows. Big three by Dominic Schmidt.
Got great range, and he dials up a 3 ball on the right side. Braden Chapman with it. Throws the ball back out. Mans trying to answer for a 3. The ball just grazes the front of the rim, and back the other way we go with Cabell Midland. Yeah, Cabell Midland may want to play fast, Mike, but I think you agree they definitely don't want to play as fast as Shady's. They get the ball inside. Here's a fall away. Needs a roll. That's a real shooter's touch as Chandler Schmidt able to score. Mans was open, thought about the 3, maybe a little too far out, so he decided not to shoot. 6-point advantage right here. And this equals the largest lead of the game for Cabell Midland. Here's a pass. Mans trying to finish that to the lane, shot it too strong. Frost will come out of there with it. Frost whips a pass into the corner. 3 on its way, no good. And Mans clears the rebound.
The intensity of the game is picking up both on the offense and defensive end. Wide open 3, Cole Chapman.
A little too strong, but there's Mans with a nice rebound and a whip the pass into Holstein. Mans thought about the 3. Now puts it on the deck, whips a pass here to the near sideline. And Shady will reset the offense. Braden Chapman trying to get a high ball screen there. Gets into the lane, they double team him, trying to get the ball to Holstein. Holstein able to keep it alive. And Maxwell goes hard to the basket, and count it if it goes. It does go, and Maxwell with a chance to polish off a 3-point play.
Amar is just so strong with the basketball. As we watch the Arch Cole replay, watch Amar attack the right side of the lane, cuffs, step through, finish, foul, and 1. Great play, Amar Maxwell.
Maxwell trying to polish off the 3-point play, and he does. He's got both free throws for Shady. They're 2-2 at the line. And they cut the lead in half. What was the 6-point lead been trimmed to 3 now. And now Shady will show full court pressure, Mike.
Yeah, Shady's 2 traditional 3-point plays there with Amar Maxwell, and also earlier with Jaden Holstein. 2 for 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, and right there, if you watch this, Cabell Midland trying to get the ball in, and Chandler Schmidt trying to post up from like 90 feet away.
Yeah. Well, again, got to get the defender on your hip and step to it, be aggressive with it. But yeah, I mean, Shady's just going to come at you. Looks like they're going to run and jump here. Got Jaden trailing, trying to get that trap. Again, they play great denial ball, great denied defense on the inbounds play. They'll lull you to sleep, and then they'll run that second defender at you, try to trap you on the sideline.
Cole Chapman whistled for his first personal foul, just the team's third. And like I said, Cabell Midland has 4, Shady has 3. So, like I said, it's been a well-played, well-officiated game. Here's Fetty with it. Nice drive to the basket. Can he finish? No. Good defense that time by Shady. 2-on-1. Shady's got numbers into the lane. A little short jumper and scores that time by Cole Chapman.
Yeah, a lot of times you don't realize when you take a quick bad shot, almost as bad as a turnover, which leads to a run-out 2-on-1 layup for Shady Tigers.
So Cabell Midland starting their offense really out near midcourt. Here's a drive to the basket, a little floater into the lane. It doesn't go. That was put up by Taylor, but there's a putback.
Putback by Jackson Fetty with the rebound and putback.
Here's Shady, nice drive. Throw the ball back out to Cole Chapman, a 3, and we're all even. That was a nice shot as Shady coach Ronnie Olson wants a timeout. And let's see, I think we have a full timeout. We do, we'll take it with them. You're watching live streaming coverage of the 4th Annual New River Community Technical and College Invitational here on Video Productions.
Beckley, a subsidiary of Arch Resources, is now accepting applications at their mine located in Eccles, West Virginia. Arch Beckley is hiring for equipment operators and preparation plant positions. Arch Beckley offers a comprehensive, highly competitive benefits package, excellent pay, and a bonus program. Submit your application in person at Arch Beckley in Eccles, West Virginia, or check the Arch job site, beckley.aimtrack.com. That's beckley.aimtrack.com. Arch Resources, an equal opportunity employer.
Midstate Ford, where every deal is a Big John deal. Northside Drive, Route 19 in Summersville. Come see why people from all over the great state of West Virginia are making the drive to Summersville. Incredible deals on brand new Fords. The state's guaranteed lowest price on brand new F-150s, Super Duties, and more. Plus incredible service after the sale at Midstate Ford, Northside Drive, right off of Route 19 in Summersville. Online anytime at midstatefordwv.com.
Video Productions would like to thank our live streaming sponsor, David and Cindy Chin of Zaffaratus Real Estate. David and Cindy work 24/7 to meet your scheduling needs. So whether you're buying or selling, call David and Cindy Chin so they can help guide you through the process. Well, out of the timeout, Mike, a tie game, and Cabell Midland will have it and see if they can regain the lead on this possession. What's been a very entertaining game.
Yeah, no, very unselfish there. Last play, Braden Chapman attacking the rim, kicks out to his brother Cole for a 3 that ties it at 27.
Good defensive play by Shady, and now they're back on the attack with a chance to regain the lead. Into the lane, they throw it to Maxwell. He'll dial it up from downtown. In and out, no good. But nice rebound by Jordan to keep the possession alive. Maxwell thought about the 3 and thought, well, wait a minute, let's reset. Here's a 3 ball in front of us. Good by Cole Chapman.
You're not going to be able to leave Cole wide open like that. And Sam Jordan coming in after that timeout to get a big rebound and nice defensive stop.
Well, on this 30-second timeout, Mike, it was a 25-19 lead for Cabell Midland. It is now a 11-2 Shady run. As we watch this 3 ball on the Parmar Stores. Yeah, let's see, too much space. And, you know, they close out too late and just able to drill the 3.
Yeah, I mean, Shady's got 5 shooters on the floor. All of them can shoot. I wouldn't leave any of them open, but definitely wouldn't be Cole Chapman.
And obviously when you can shoot the way Shady can, and you run out on, it also leaves the lanes to drive as well to take your defender off the dribble and get to the basket.
Yeah, I mean, they play downhill so hard. You have to be in help position, but when you're in help position, obviously, it leaves those wide open step-in 3s. And as Coach Bob Boland calls, cool Cole Chapman with a big 3.
Well, you know, and as good as they shoot, as good as they are on the offensive end, what really gets them going is how they play on the defensive end that sets up what they do offensively. And as I mentioned, you know, Shady right now is on 11-2 run. Here's a deep 3, and the rebound is up and in, and a foul. The 3 was taken by Dominic Schmidt, but his brother Chandler Schmidt able to pluck it out of the air and then draw a foul and get the hoop in the arm and can tie it if he can knock down the free throw.
Yeah, nice rebound, nice position, big strong rebound put back. Watching Jaden Holstein playing defense on Dominic Schmidt earlier, another long athletic kid in Jaden Holstein.
So this will be the first free throw attempted by Cabell Midland, and it's on its way, and it's good, and we're all even. So back and forth we go, and like I said, Mike, this has been a very entertaining, totally different game, at least through the first half, than what we saw, 10 days ago.
Yeah, no, we're going to see right now Cole Chapman just picked up his third foul. He goes to the bench, and see how Shady adjusts with that. They put Braden up top running the point.
So Shady with an opportunity to regain the lead on this possession. Holstein looking for a cutter. They'll reset. They've got a lot of motion going here for Shady. Braden Chapman into the lane, fall away, tough shot, and Holstein on the putback. Nice job by Holstein. It's another good thing. You got a big fella like that can clean up shots on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, Jaden has really grown as a player. This timing he has as far as tracking the ball is second to none here in Southern West Virginia.
3 ball for the lead. Splash down, right down the chute for Chandler Schmidt.
Yeah, and not bad defense by Sam Jordan, just better offense. Turnover right here almost by the Shady Tigers.
Yeah, and how frustrating is that, Mike, for the coach and the player when you do everything you can, and like you said, just better offense. You just have an individual with the skill and the range of a Chandler Schmidt to just be able to go up and just drain that 3 ball. Yeah,
no, he's playing amazing. Got a great first half. Again, watched against the Shady and Woodrow a week ago, and this is by far a much better performance than the week before.
And here's an and one, a nice finish on the left baseline by Cameron Mans, and Shady regains the lead.
Another great all-around athlete. Cam Mans, a very good basketball player, starting quarterback of the football team, and just an outstanding baseball player.
So Mans trying to polish off a 3-point play, and he does not. Shady 2 of 3 at the line, and Cabell Midland in this seesaw fair opportunity to regain the lead.
Yeah, running some 5-out motion, trying to get Chandler Schmidt posted up.
He shoots a little short shot. Maybe he was too close. He missed as Holstein clears the rebound. Baseball pass ahead to Mans. Nice athletic play by Mans to catch it and to save it to Maxwell. That easily could have been a turnover, Mike, and nice job by Mans to be able to save that long pass.
Yeah, right on track with a great athletic comment I made prior to, but looked like a wide receiver out there catching that pass.
So Shady having a little motion offense here. Braden Chapman over to Jordan. He'll launch a 3 from the left corner, in and out, no good. Hard break, but there's Maxwell to give the possession alive. And reset it. Smart play. There was nothing there. It looks like Shady will probably hold it for the final shot of the half.
Yeah, Shady really dominating on the offensive backboard.
Got a lot of motion, trying to get something to the basket, coming down to the final 10 seconds of the first half. And we got a whistle and a foul away from the ball. Foul's going to go against Cabell Midland. So Shady will have to inbound the ball under their own basket with 9 seconds left here in the first half. And, Mike, with 9 seconds left and Cole Chapman with 3 fouls, are you surprised they're putting him back in the game? I know you want to get that bucket, but you don't want him to commit a foul and get his 4th foul by the first half.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a little risky by Coach Olson, but he knows his guys. He trusts Cole Chapman to make the good decision. But
here's Cole Chapman, and he turns it over. Will Cabell Midland get a shot off before the half? They will not. And at the break, it'll be a 1-point lead for Shady as they'll take that to a 1-point lead into the locker room. 34-33, Shady in front. We'll take a halftime break, come back and recap as you're watching live streaming coverage of the 4th annual New River Community and Technical College Invitational here on Video Productions.
Deserve the highest quality medical care. At the Beckley VA Medical Center, that hasn't been happening. They recently notified 372 veterans that they'd been practiced upon with acupuncture by a person or persons not authorized to practice acupuncture. If you've been notified by the Beckley VA that you may be one of these veterans, contact us at New Taylor & Associates and let us put our experience to work for you.
J104.5, blasting the biggest hits across 31 counties and 5 states, and waking you up with the Kid Craddock Morning Show. J104.5.
So, got an Alexa device?
What can I do for you now?
You can stream us while you're getting dinner ready in the kitchen, while you're getting ready for work in the bathroom, while kicking back, relaxing in the living room, or even while entertaining friends on the deck and patio.
Just say, "Hey Alexa, enable the J104 skill." Then listen anytime. Simply say, "Hey Alexa, play J104."
We welcome you back to Beckley with Mike Green. I'm Maris Lowry. And Mike, this is a great game, and it was a 1-point Cabell Midland lead at the end of the first quarter, and now a 1-point Shady lead at the half, and it was back and forth in a totally different game through the first half than what we saw at the Little General event a week and a half ago.
Oh yeah, defensive intensity was very, very good from both teams. Referees, the officials were letting them play for almost the entire first half, and then there in the last 45 seconds, 50, they tightened up a little bit, got 2 quick fouls, one against Cole Chapman, one against
Yeah, the biggest lead that any team had in the first half was 6 points by Cabell Midland. They led 25-19. As Video Productions would like to thank our live streaming sponsor, David and Cindy Chin of Zapparatus Real Estate. David and Cindy work 24/7 to meet your scheduling needs. So whether you're buying or selling, David and Cindy Chin can help guide you through the process. And speaking about help guiding you through the process, Mike, let's put you, I know you coach your own team and everybody does that, but just for a minute, if you're in each locker room, what do you think is going on in the Cabell Midland Shady locker room right now here at halftime?
Well, I think Coach Olson's going to really get on them about picking up some of the defensive intensity on the rotation. For the most part, I mean, you know, Coach Olson hangs his hat on the defensive side, and to give up 33 points here in the first half, not bad, but just watching Coach Olson coach his team, I think they had a couple defensive lapses that he's not going to be real happy for. As far as Cabell Midland, Coach Martin and Coach Schmidt, I think for them, they have to find somebody else. Chandler Schmidt has had a great first half. I'm not sure how many he has. But, again, they're going to have to get Dominique more involved, maybe Fetty. But I'm not sure if Chandler can shoot the second half like he has the first half, because he has been outstanding in this first half.
Well, let me ask you this. With Cabell Midland having 33 and down 1 at the half, what is the number you think that Cabell Midland's got to get to have a real chance to win this game?
Well, you know, again, when you talk about 33 in the first half, I'm looking at this game getting into the 70s. I really think, you know, if Cabell can get to 73, 75, I think it's going to come down to the fourth quarter. You know, foul trouble with Cole Chapman, you know, see how they handle that. I'm sure he's going to start the third quarter. You know, and he's playing downhill. He's one of the primary ball defenders. So I think foul trouble for Cole is going to be an issue. And again, Cabell Midland's just going to have to find another scorer, whether that's Dominique and, you know, we talked about 10 days ago, Dominique and Chandler controlled all the scoring, and so far tonight, Chandler has been outstanding. So Dominique or someone else is really going to have to step up and put some points on the board.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Cole Chapman with 3 fouls on him, so that'll be key to starting the second half. And as we said back in our pregame show, that Cabell Midland is going to have to find someone else other than the Schmitz who can contribute. So we got a great game here at the break, a 1-point lead for Shady, 34-33. Before we go to break, I want to let you know that Loot Press is providing today's news on tomorrow's platform, and you can find them at lootpress.com. At the break, a 1-point lead for Shady, 34-33. We'll go ahead and take another halftime break and come back and get you ready for the second half. You are watching live streaming coverage of the 4th annual New River Community Technical College Invitational here on Video Productions.
Deserve the highest quality medical care. At the Beckley VA Medical Center, that hasn't been happening. They recently notified 372 veterans that they'd been practiced upon with acupuncture by a person or persons not authorized to practice acupuncture. If you've been notified by the Beckley VA that you may be one of these veterans, contact us at New Taylor & Associates and let us put our experience to work for you.
What started as the Par-Mar Oil Company back in 1967 has grown into 170 convenience stores in 4 states. Par-Mar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. located just down the street from where you live. Par-Mar stores are all about being your above-par convenience stores. If you don't have a Par-Mar convenience store near you now, you will soon. Par-Mar Convenience Stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
The cabins at Pine Haven's beautiful luxury log cabins and treehouse rentals are the perfect place for a short romantic getaway, business trip, or extended West Virginia vacation. We offer tree houses, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom cabins, and a 4-bedroom lodge and conference facility. With our beautiful views and fun on-site activities, we are the perfect place to host a family reunion, wedding, or just get together and spend some time with close friends. We are very conveniently located on Airport Road, only 1 mile off I-64, just south of Beckley in Raleigh County, West Virginia. For more information, visit cabinsatpinehaven.com.
Midstate Ford, where every deal is a Big John deal. Northside Drive, Route 19 in Summersville. Come see why people from all over the great state of West Virginia are making the drive to Summersville. Incredible deals on brand new Fords. The state's guaranteed lowest price on brand new F-150s, Super Duties, and more. Plus incredible service after the sale at Midstate Ford, Northside Drive, right off of Route 19 in Summersville. Online anytime at midstatefordwv.com.
Arch Beckley, a subsidiary of Arch Resources, is now accepting applications at their mine located in Eccles, West Virginia. Arch Beckley is hiring for equipment operators and preparation plant positions. Arch Beckley offers a comprehensive, highly competitive benefits package, excellent pay, and a bonus program. Submit your application in person at Arch Beckley in Eccles, West Virginia, or check the Arch job site, beckley.aimtrack.com. That's beckley.aimtrack.com. Arch Resources, an equal opportunity employer.
The most prepared moms experience the unexpected. When you do, we're here for you.
And we welcome you back to Beckley as we're moments away from getting the second half started with Mike Green. I'm Maris Lowry, Andrew Boland producing and directing, and Kyle Ward is on camera. And Mike, this game has been everything we thought it would be. It's a 1-point lead for Shady at the break as we're moments away of starting the second half. But the biggest lead of the game was 6 points for Cabell Midland before Shady went on 11-2 run. And now, like I said, a 1-point advantage and a much different game than what we had, like I said, about 10 days ago when these two teams played on this floor in the little general event.
Yeah, very evenly matched. Like you said, Cabell went on a nice little run there early in the second quarter. Shady finished on a nice run to make a 1-point game here at halftime. But, yeah, as tournament director, I can tell you, couldn't ask for anything more out of these two teams.
And, Mike, I think one of the keys for Cabell Midland, they were able to hang in there for the first half, and if I don't have the score in front of me, but I did the game when they played the last time, and I think it was over 20 points. And like I said, I don't have it in front of me, but I think for Cabell Midland to continue to do what they're doing and stay in the game, I think the first 2.5 minutes of this second half is very critical for Cabell Midland.
Well, I agree, and I think every coach will tell you the first minute and a half, 2 minutes of the third quarter, especially in a close game, determines is going to go a long way in determining the outcome of the contest. But again, I really think two evenly matched teams, with Shady down a starter and freshman Jack Williams, and Cabell Midland here with Chandler and Dominique Smith and Jackson Fetty. I think I look forward to this second half. And again, I think if Cabell's going to have to get this game into the 70s to have a chance to win it.
Well, Cabell Midland will start the second half with the possession and have an opportunity to regain the lead. Shady looks like they're going to change up their defense a little bit, maybe to a trap. Yeah, it looks like they want to trap the ball now, don't they?
It looks like maybe a 1-3-1. I'm not really sure what they're doing here.
And they probably want to get the ball out of the hands of Chandler Schmidt, who really lit them up in that first half. Shady really doing a good job extending the pressure. Here's a three from the left side, not close. That shot put up by Taylor. And comes Shady back the other way with Braden Chapman. A pass over to Cole Chapman, and lays it up and in.
Yeah, Shady's doing a good job running at Chandler and Dominique Smith, trying to get the ball out of their hands.
And here comes, looks like once again a trap. And it's hard to make that long pass.
Ooh, almost a foul on Cole
it easily could have been. There was a lot of contact back the other way. Here's Maxwell on the trail. Gets into the lane. Puts up a little short shot and scores.
That would have been big if the whistle would have blown on that one.
So like I said, you know, the first couple of minutes of this second half I think is very important for Cabell Midland, as that's a guy they haven't been able to slow down, Chandler Schmidt, right of lane about 13 feet. And maybe with his hot shooting, maybe it'll warm the temperatures up in this building, and not just outside, but this building's always cold. Here's Shady on the attack. Maxwell will dial up a three. Too strong, but they keep the rebound. Maxwell into the lane. Nice dish down low to Mans. He'll finish left of the lane.
Late on the rotation, Cabell Midland. The Shady bench is up and excited along with the Shady crowd. We'll see how Cabell responds.
So this will be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching live streaming coverage of the 4th Annual New River Community and Technical College Invitational here on Video Productions.
What started as the Par-Mar Oil Company back in 1967 has grown into 170 convenience stores in 4 states. Par-Mar Convenience Stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Par-Mar stores are all about being your above-par convenience stores. If you don't have a Par-Mar convenience store near you now, you will soon. Par-Mar Convenience Stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
Video Productions would like to thank our live streaming sponsor, David and Cindy Chin of Zavaratis Real Estate. David and Cindy work 24/7 to meet your scheduling needs. So whether you're buying or selling, David and Cindy Chin can help you through the process. And here's out of the timeout, Shady really revving up their defense, Mike, and forcing a Cabell Midland turnover.
Yeah, typical Shady. I mean, defensive adjustments. They play hard. Again, very few times you see the same defense in back-to-back possessions.
And I think this could be a danger zone as we're a little more than 2 minutes into the third quarter, as Holstein has it in the lane and he turned it over. And, you know, I know a 5-point lead doesn't seem like a big lead, but I've seen Shady go on these runs, and they can take you from 5 to 15, you know, just like that.
Real quick, and again, Cabell has to value the basketball. Every possession is important, and as we're trying to trap there in the backcourt between Jaden and Braden.
And they made it really difficult for Cabell Midland to get the ball up the floor, into the lane, little short shot off the window, no good. That shot put up one of the few misses that Chandler Schmidt has missed here, and here's Shady, and just a wild pass by Mans, and they throw it away.
Yeah, unforced turnover. Cameron trying to get it out to Braden on a quick outlet pass, but just overthrew it a little bit.
At Shady, it looks like they're really trying to speed Cabell Midland up by extending this full court pressure and make Cabell Midland a little uncomfortable, make them play a little faster, maybe like, you know, than what they want.
Yeah, definitely trying to get him out of the comfort zone. Does not want to give him time to get in their set, so he's definitely trying to dictate the pace here early in the third quarter.
And Aiden Contrell, a new player into the game for Cabell Midland, making his first appearance, as here is Dominic Schmidt with it. Once again, good defense. They get the ball to Chandler Schmidt. He'll just catch, shoot, and won't be able to score as he launches the three, hits the front of the rim, and Maxwell clears. Here's Braden Chapman, now over to Maxwell. There's a cut by Cole Chapman, over to Mans, and Mans is stripped.
Second consecutive turnover by the Tigers. See what Cabell Midland can do with it.
And trying to draw a foul, good hard take to the basket, and that'll be free throws for Chandler Schmidt. He was able to put the ball on the deck and able to get to the rim and draw the foul.
Big, strong move. Officials are consistent. They're letting them play through contact.
Yeah, when they walked by our table, Mike, before the second half started, we said, it's a well-officiated game. There was only 4 free throws taken in the first half as Schmidt misses the first of 2. This is only Cabell Midland's 3rd free throw coming up. Shady was 2 of 3 in the first half. Cabell Midland 1 of 1, and now here in the second half, 0 of 1. So they have been very consistent, on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, good officiating crew. Another one of the benefits of being the director here at the Invitational, we've got some great officials in Southern West Virginia, bringing crews down from Charleston and Huntington area as well. So, so far, all games have been well officiated.
So Chandler Schmidt able to make 1 of 2 and trim Shady's lead to 4. Here's a 3 ball on the right side, a little too strong. Battle for the rebound, and I think it's going to stay with Shady. It will.
Yeah, Jackson Fetty, Sam Jordan battling for the rebound and off of Fetty.
So Cole Chapman, he'll get set to put it in play. Braden Chapman with it now. Looking for a ball screen. Or maybe a clear out. Here's a pull up. In and out, no good. And Holstein with the tip.
Got to get a body on him.
So Holstein able to get that missed shot and tip it in. Back the other way. Ball's out of bounds. It'll stay with Cabell Midland. So they will retrieve the ball, and Cabell Midland to put it in play under their own basket. So the biggest lead was 6 points for Cabell Midland back in the second quarter, and now the biggest lead for Shady is the 6-point lead right here. Here's Chandler Schmidt, head fake, they cut him off, still a tough shot from the left elbow. And Mike, I'll be honest with you, if that shot had went in, I think I'd have walked home because I think there was no way he was going to make that.
Yeah,
back the other way, Jordan finishes right of the lane.
Tough shot. Got to get better shots than that. But Chandler was filling it. I don't think he missed 1 or 2 in the first half, but got to get a little better shot than that here in the second.
Yeah. Here's a pass over to the far corner. I mean, I know there's times that you and I both have seen Chandler Schmidt make that shot, but that play happened in front of us, and it was very difficult for him to get that shot off. As Dominic Schmidt makes a move to the basket, couldn't finish. Back the other way comes Cole Chapman. Chapman races it down the floor. Over to Braden Chapman. 3, got it from downtown, and Shady starting to pull away, having their largest lead of the game right here at this 47-36 lead.
Yeah, 2 turnovers by Cabell Midland led to 2 big baskets by Shady. That last 3, Braden Chapman. Cabell's got to be careful here. 9-point lead, 9-point deficit.
Back the other way, and the 3 is no good. And here comes Cabell Midland racing into the front court. Down the lane, little floater, back iron, no good. Gets his own rebound to Schmidt, puts it up, draws the foul. He knows how to get the contact as we watch this instant replay. And that's a good way, Mike, as you know, many coach, I'm sure that one of the better threes is the guy trailing, able to step into the 3.
Yeah, percentage-wise, that's one of the highest percentage shots on the transition, kick out, step in 3, trail. Shady just plays so well. I mean, they're such a well-coached, disciplined team. As Amar Maxwell gets a little break here.
So Chandler Schmidt made the first, and can he convert the second one? And he does. He makes them both and gets it to single digits. So both free throws were made, and Cabell Midland at the line 4 of 5 here tonight. And Shady just in no hurry will walk it up. Braden Chapman with it. Cole Chapman on the drive. The ball's loose. Shady able to pick it up. Holstein on a nice drive. A lot of contact, and they'll get him for traveling. He did take that extra little step. I call a bunny hop into pea patch. Bob Bolin says there's no such thing as that, but that's what it looked like to me. Carrot patch, he's just like, it's a travel, not a hop.
Yeah, well, and these kids today, they're so athletic. The Euro step is something that these kids have perfected. A lot of times the officials don't see it.
Shady comes out of there with the loose ball, and Jordan able to hit on the right baseline.
Leads at 11, Maris, and
yep.
Cabell's going to need to get a bucket here.
Yep, this equals the biggest lead of the game as we come down to the final 2 minutes here of the third quarter. Here's a three that is no good. That was put up by Gibson, and a nice rebound and laid up and in by Cabell Midland. Cut it back to single digits. Here's Jordan wide open. He'll dial up a three. Back iron, no good. Fetty comes out of the rebound, comes out of there with the rebound for Cabell Midland. So a full 3-possession lead for Shady right now. They find an open player into the corner. Instead of shooting a three, they pass it around. Taylor has it now.
That's probably one of the more wide open shots Cabell's going to get.
Yeah, they turned it down.
Defense.
Here's a three ball from the right side by Fetty, no good. And Braden Chapman is able to clear. They whip it around the horn. They find Cole Chapman open for three on the right side, a little too strong. Cabell Midland clears the rebound. Back and forth we go. Coming under a minute for the third. And there's going to be a travel. And turn the ball back over to Shady as Maxwell gets set to check back into the ball game. So it's a 9-point advantage. We got one more game to follow this before we pull the curtain down on this 4th annual New River Community and Technical College Invitational. And just saying it, Beckley versus Logan, Mike, that just gets me excited, just able to say that.
Yes, it does. And again, cannot thank the coaches enough to let us put those two teams together tonight for the nightcap.
So here's Shady working the ball around the perimeter. You don't think they're going to hold it for the final shot of the quarter. But they might. As soon as I say that they won't, they probably will.
Yeah, they normally try to go about 12 seconds. We'll see where they do here.
Unless they get an open look right there at the free throw line, or a better look with Mans finishing, laying it up and in. That was a nice pass. It went from a good shot to a much better shot. And now the final 10 seconds of the third. Here's Dominique Schmidt, and that's not even close. So Shady will get an opportunity with 4.5. Plenty of time to race the ball up the floor and get a quality look.
Yeah, I mean, Cabell's just looks like they're rushing, trying to get a shot that maybe not there, but 4 seconds left into Braden Chapman.
Here's a three ahead of the buzzer. Count it if it goes. It comes up a little short, and at the end of three, it's an 11-point advantage for Shady. Shady 51 and Cabell Midland 40. You're watching live streaming coverage of the 4th annual New River Community and Technical College Invitational here on Video Productions.
The cabins at Pine Haven's beautiful luxury log cabins and treehouse rentals are the perfect place for a short romantic getaway, business trip, or extended West Virginia vacation. We offer tree houses, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom cabins, and a 4-bedroom lodge and conference facility. With our beautiful views and fun on-site activities, we are the perfect place to host a family reunion, wedding, or just get together and spend some time with close friends. We are very conveniently located on Airport Road, only 1 mile off I-64, just south of Beckley in Raleigh County, West Virginia. For more information, visit cabinsatpinehaven.com.
Veterans deserve the highest quality medical care. At the Beckley VA Medical Center, that hasn't been happening. They recently notified 372 veterans that they'd been practiced upon with acupuncture by a person or persons not authorized to practice acupuncture. If you've been notified by the Beckley VA that you may be one of these veterans, contact us at New Taylor & Associates and let us put our experience to work for you.
Loot Press providing today's news on tomorrow's platform. You can find them at lootpress.com. Well, Mike, headed to the 4th quarter, and what was just a 1-point lead for Shady at the break has turned into an 11-point advantage. This equals the largest lead of the game.
Yeah, big quarter for Shady. Cabell didn't really take care of the basketball like I thought they would, but again, 11-point lead. Got to get some stops.
So Cole Chapman will have it the first possession of the 4th quarter. And they whip the pass inside to Holstein, and he throws it away. And that's probably a play, Mike. They got the ball to Holstein on the low block instead of making the pass. He probably could have just turned around and shot it.
Yeah, Jaden, again, really has grown as a player, worked hard on his skill set, and, again, just continuing to get better each game. But, again, got to put him in the right position for success.
Well, for Cabell Midland, down 11, they've got to make a move here as we're just 30 seconds into the fourth quarter. And here is Chandler Schmidt. He's had the hot hand tonight, and he's had the hot hand almost every game I've been able to call of Cabell Midland. And here's a drive, and there's going to be a reach-in foul, and that foul's going to go against Braden Chapman on the baseline.
Yeah, it's hard to say that it's hard to sit here and say that Shady's picking up the intensity here halfway through the third into the fourth, but they really have. I mean, they played hard all game, but the intensity level has really picked up here.
So, you know, Schmidt, you've got usually the guy that throws in usually gets it back, and that's what they try to do, and he wasn't ready for it, but right into the hands of Fetty, and he puts up a wild shot, and Cole Chapman comes out of there with the Shady rebound. Mann's a deep three in front of his bench, and he dials it up from another zip code. Biggest lead of the game right here at 14. Wow, that was a deep three by Mans.
That was one that Coach Olson was probably saying, oh, no, yes.
Great shot, right, because it was nothing but net. Here comes Cabell Midland with a tough shot off the glass and scores. I tell you, he's a scoring machine,
he is.
Chandler Schmidt.
They're really letting him play. A lot of contact on the finish.
Got a lot of talent out on the floor between these two teams. Here's a drive into the lane. They find Mans in the left corner for three. Dials up another three ball.
Big shot by Cam.
Biggest lead of the game right here at 15. Here's can Cabell Midland answer with a three. They cannot, as Frost, a little frosty on that three. He gets it back. He attacks the basket, lays it up and in off the window on the left of the lane. But you can't trade baskets with them, Mike. If you're Cabell Midland, you've got to get some stops, and you've got to be able to cut into this lead. Mans has had the hot hand. That one's a little too strong, and they battle for the loose ball. It's out of bounds. Good hustle by Holstein to keep it alive as we watch the instant replay. Look at this three. Spot up three, splash down. Mans able to put it right down the chute.
So many weapons by the Shady Tigers. It's hard to defend. Each night someone steps up.
Yeah, and you know, Mike, and you know, it's hard, as you well know as a coach. You know, what do you think you have to take away is Holstein goes to the basket and misses it, now commits the foul. But you're right, they have so many ways they can beat you, but you just try to take something away.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you pick your poison and hope that you pick right and somebody has a bad game. But you know, it's as a coach, it's hard to figure out who you're going to try to control in that game, because you know, I think that each one of these guys has been the leading scorer, and we're only 6-7 games into the season, and you know, I know Cam's led him in scoring, and Braden Cole has led him in scoring, Mar Maxwell's led him in scoring, so just a lot of talent, a lot of options.
Count it if it goes off the glass and up and in, and once again, Chandler Schmidt with great body control, felt the contact, put it up and in, draws the foul, will get to the line to try to polish off a three-point play. But yeah, Mike, I think that, you know, obviously three is more than two, so maybe you try to run them off the three-point line. I mean, I don't know, because, I mean, one thing, if you're going to have any chance to beat Shady, you've got to have good guards to be able to handle their pressure. And that's the first and foremost, is Schmidt that completes the three-point play, and what a game that Chandler Schmidt is having. And now they're trying to get a trap of their own, and Shady's going to have to get the timeout. So right here, Mike, it's a 10-point game. 15 was the biggest lead. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. So I think if you're Cabell Midland, I think, you know, the brain trust is saying, look, we were down 15. We've cut it to 10. We've got to make our run here. We've got 5-11. We've got to get some stops. But not only you got to get stops, as I mentioned earlier, you got to score when you stop them.
Yeah, well, and they just have to take better shot selections. You know, they've rushed a few shots here in the second half, but, you know, they've shown how they can have success. Get to the rim, be strong, finish around the rim. You know, these threes that they're taking off the dribble, these step-back threes that are contested, not saying that they cannot make them, but they just not made them tonight. So they're going to have to put themselves in a better position to score here in the last 5 minutes of this game. So
out of the timeout, Shady has the ball as we're coming down to the 5-minute mark of the ball game. Shady with the ball up 10. Not there. Like I said, if you're Shady, you don't want to force anything. And they throw it away. So there's the first stop for Cabell Midland. And they've already cut in from a 15-point lead to 10. And here's a 3 ball in front of us. That's no good. That shot was put up by Dominic Schmidt. And Mann's able to clear for Shady. And Maxwell all alone. Nice catch, shoot and score.
Yeah, Shady's not going to back off. It doesn't matter what the score is or what the time. They're going to keep pushing, playing downhill.
And if you're Cabell Midland, Mike, you really can't give up that shot. And here's a wild shot by Dominic Schmidt and a great rebound for Holstein. And into the lane, needs a roll, a short shot there by Cole Chapman. And back-to-back hoops for Shady since that timeout.
Yeah, have to value the basketball. I don't know how many times as a coach every possession matters against Shady.
Schmidt with a great take, and man, that's a tough shot, a little floater left of the lane.
Yeah, having a great game, and last 2 buckets could have been an and one. I know he got the 1 foul, but here comes the replay.
Yeah, and watch this, like he kind of cradles the ball like just a little floater, nothing but net. But as we said on top, Mike, for Cabell Midland to have a real chance to beat Shady, and I guess you would call it an upset, they've got to find a way to get a third score. I'm not even sure they even had a second score tonight because, Dominic Schmidt, who played well the first game as far as shooting, hasn't really shot it that well tonight.
Yeah, no, he struggled tonight for sure. And, 12-point game with 3.5 to go. Got to get some defensive stops.
Here's an open look. A 3 is good by Cole Chapman, and a timeout. And that takes the lead back to 15, a full timeout. This equals the largest lead of the game. We'll take it with them. You're watching the 4th annual live streaming coverage here on video production of the New River Community Technical and College Invitational.
Deserve the highest quality medical care. At the Beckley VA Medical Center, that hasn't been happening. They recently notified 372 veterans that they'd been practiced upon with acupuncture by a person or persons not authorized to practice acupuncture. If you've been notified by the Beckley VA that you may be one of these veterans, contact us at New Taylor & Associates and let us put our experience to work for you.
What started as the Par-Mar Oil Company back in 1967 has grown into 170 convenience stores in 4 states. Par-Mar Convenience Stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Par-Mar stores are all about being your above-par convenience stores. If you don't have a Par-Mar convenience store near you now, you will soon. Par-Mar Convenience Stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
Out of the timeout, Cabell Midland has it, Mike. We're coming down the stretch, the final 3.5 to go, and Shady has got that lead back up to 15, which equals the largest lead of the game.
Yeah, very important Cabell get a bucket here.
And here's their go-to guy, is Chandler Schmidt. A step-back 3 is too strong, but they keep the possession with the offensive rebound. And Dominic Schmidt, who's really struggled tonight shooting the ball. And Taylor trying to get in the lane, nice spin, puts up the shot off the glass, no good. Fight for the loose ball, and Shady comes out of there with it. Braden Chapman has the ball knocked out of his hands, and he turns it over. Cabell Midland back up the other way. Dominic Schmidt with it. Whips a pass inside. Chandler Schmidt off the window, shoots and scores. So now I think Shady is really pretty much protecting the ball here, Mike, and maybe be able to get a layup like that as Holstein finishes with the layup and he draws the foul.
Yeah, so hard to pressure Shady. They got 4 ball handlers as we go to the replay here on that basket by Jaden Holstein.
Yeah, they spread you out. They break the pressure across the midcourt stripe, and then Holstein with a finish right of the lane, the hoop and the harm. Free throw on its way, no good. And, Mike, that's only the 4th free throw that Shady has taken this game, as Cabell Midland cannot handle the rebound. It'll stay with Shady. Shady's only taken 4. They only made 2, only 50% from the line.
Yeah, and again, as we mentioned, the referees, the officials have really let them get after it, play hard. great flow, but yeah, I think that attributes to the total of 10 total free throws for both teams.
That's right. Cabell Midland has taken 6 and have made 5. Shady's taken 4 and made 2. So here's Holstein with it, and we got an offensive foul.
Offensive foul on Jaden Holstein on the post-up. Player control foul, turnover to Cabell Midland, 15-point game with 2:26 to go.
Yeah. It may not be enough time to overcome, a 15-point deficit, but they definitely got to score on this possession. And the ball's tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Cabell Midland. But I think right here, Mike, you have to score, and then you got to foul. And you've only committed, if you're Cabell Midland, 2 team fouls. So you got to foul 5 more times to get Shady into the bonus.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the coaching staff at Cabell Midland handle this. If they can get a basket, what will they do as far as the defensive pressure philosophy? Blocked by Braden Chapman.
And right it back to Chandler Schmidt had his shot blocked, fell right back into his hands, and he's able to score. But you think, you're going to have to foul as they get a pass inside for Jordan to lay it in. And I'm told 35 points is what Chandler Schmidt has scored tonight, Mike.
Yeah, more than half of the 53.
Yeah. Here's a 3 ball on the right side. That's too strong by Gibson. It'll stay with Cabell Midland. But you're talking about one guy scoring 35 of 53, and everybody knows what an offensive player, if you watched any of Cabell Midland, what Chandler Schmidt is. And we talked about, they might need a third scorer. Well, I think tonight, Cabell Midland, they didn't even have a second scorer. And I think it obviously really hurt them. Here's a 15-footer, and there's 37 points for Chandler Schmidt. So that's quite a performance tonight, but looks like it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, and even with the win, Coach Olson, I'm sure he'll take exception to, I'm not sure if he assigned someone or how he made a great pass, Braden Chapman to Gavin Davis for a basket.
Gavin Davis able to sneak in behind the defense, able to catch, shoot, and score as we got an instant replay here.
Braden Chapman up top, attacks the middle, Gavin backdoor. Basket.
But Mike, as I asked you at halftime, what's the number that Cabell Midland had to get to? And you said up over 70. Of course, with 55, they're nowhere near that. And it just shows you how much defense was. There's an offensive foul, and that's the kind of night it has been for Dominic Schmidt. But it just shows you how good, how much better I think Shady's defense was in the second half. And also because Dominic Schmidt, he's had a bad night offensively, and they haven't had that second or third score for Cabell Midland.
Yeah, and Shady plays a big role, and there's a lot of great players who have poor shooting nights when they play Shady. And as Shady's emptying the bench, and you have Jalen checking in, a freshman, Kyle Olson, Gavin Davis, a sophomore, and with Cole and Braden. And this program is deep, and they're going to be good for a few years.
Here's a 3, a splash down in the left corner by Olson. And that is Coach Olson's son, correct?
Yeah, Kyle Olson, a freshman, arguably, and I hesitate to say this, but maybe the best shooter on the team as a freshman.
There's
really good shooter.
Excuse me, there's 40 points on that 3 ball by Chandler Schmidt. It's hard to think that he has scored 40 of the team's 58.
Yeah, and as we look here at this instant replay with Kyle Olson's 3, just a pure shooter, works hard. Again, everyone on this team deserves the success that they're getting because they put in the work.
Well, as they always say, Mike, you get out of what you put into it. When you work hard, good things happen to you. As Cabell Midland, we play out the final 30 seconds, but it was a good effort, a valiant effort for Cabell Midland, especially for this young man here. Is 43 points on the night for Chandler Schmidt as he rains another 3. He is really what you call in the zone.
Yeah, cut the lead to 12. I know Coach Olson's not going to be happy with that, but gets the win tonight.
Well, if you're Cabell Midland, I know there's no moral victories, but I think if you're Cabell Midland, you played a much more competitive game this time around.
Yeah, great first half. Second half, early in that third quarter, we talked about the first 2 minutes being very crucial, and the game got away from them. A couple bad shots, and then Shady's not a team that you're going to make a big run on once you get down.
Final score, Shady defeats Cabell Midland 73-61 as Chandler Schmidt has a game-high 43 points. So Shady will up its record to 6-1. Cabell Midland will fall to 4-3. We'll take a break, come back, recap as you're watching live streaming coverage of the 4th Annual New River Community and Technical College Invitational here on Video Productions.
The most prepared moms experience the unexpected. When you do, we're here for you.
Loot Press providing today's news on tomorrow's platform. You can find them at lootpress.com. Final score, Shady defeats Cabell Midland 73-61. It was a 1-point lead for Cabell Midland, 15-14 at the end of the quarter. Shady led by 1 at the half, 34-33. Shady then took the lead to 11, 51-40 at the end of 3, and they win by 12, 73-61. The bright spot for Cabell Midland, Chandler Schmidt had a game-high 43 points. With the win, Shady goes to 6-1. Cabell Midland falls to 4-3. So we'll take a final break, and we'll wrap this up. And then we'll come back for our final game of this 4th Annual 2022 New River Community and Technical College Invitational. It'll be Beckley and Logan. That game is scheduled to tip at 8:15. We'll be on about 8:05. So for the crew here, for the cameraman, Kyle Ward, for our producer and director, Andrew Bolin, and for the color guy, Mike Green, I'm Maris Lowry. We'll talk at you at 8:05 and get you ready for the final game between Beckley and Logan.